Former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos joins me now. Madam Secretary, do you want to see Randi Weingarten replaced? I suspect you do, but how could that happen?
Well, Stuart, first of all, let me say kudos to you and Dana for substantive questions on the topic of education. And I think it was clear last night that every single candidate on that stage is oriented around making sure students have the opportunity to learn, not around protecting teachers' unions and all of their demands. And the difference can't be more clear between what Joe Biden and all of his cohorts in office have offered, which is total focus, bought and paid for by the teachers union, ceding to their demands, versus focus on students and making sure that families have the opportunity to find the best education setting for their kids.
But you could say that Randi Weingarten has been a successful leader of the teachers' union in the sense that she's won an enormous amount of money for teachers, not necessarily the students, but certainly for teachers. How could you get her out?
Well, she actually hasn't done that well for teachers. When you look at teachers' salaries, and this is a common complaint amongst the education profession, they don't really advocate for teachers and their advancement. They advocate for their own power and their own access to resources to be used in the ways they want to expand their power and continue to grow the teachers, the school unions, as I refer to them. They're made up of members that don't even have anything to do with teaching. So these are not really teachers unions. They are nothing but a political entity that is bent on doing the bidding for all of their members and keeping their power, not on doing the right thing for students and families.
My colleague Dana Perino asked Vivek Ramaswamy about the fight over parental rights in schools. Watch this, please. Roll it.
I have to be very clear about this. Transgenderism, especially in kids, is a mental health disorder. Parents have the right to know. It is not compassionate to affirm a kid's confusion. That is not compassion, that is cruelty. So I will ban genital mutilation or chemical castration under the age of 18, and parents have absolutely the right.
Would you try to pass a federal law that says parents should have that right?
We are going to require states absolutely have to follow that through.
Madam Secretary, should there be a federal law to protect parental rights?
Well, parents need to have the ability to direct their children's upbringing and education, and we should not need a federal law to do that. We should reaffirm what our founding documents and the Constitution already say around the importance and the primacy of the family. What we have seen in recent decades is a continued usurpation of parental control and parental power in all aspects of life, but particularly when it comes to their K-12 education. We need to reassert that parents have that control and that right. And again, the whole range of candidates on stage last night are going to do a whole lot more to ensure that happens than Joe Biden and all of his cronies have done.
Madam Secretary, thank you very much for being with us this morning. Always appreciated. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks so much, Stuart.